Good afternoon, class. Let me welcome you to our session for today. I said before, especially at the beginning of the semester, that our discussions for this online class will be done several ways. We'll be looking at, um, not that we'll be looking, but we said that we have the synchronous online and the asynchronous online. And I promise that we're going to be demonstrating all throughout the semester. So some days we have a live section, while other days I upload some materials for you to read and follow my instructions. And other days like this one, I myself will prepare a lecture video for you that you watch. You want to watch it to the end, it's left for you. If you don't want to watch it to the end, left Fatumata and uh and Deborah, it left for you. But one thing I know is that at the end of the day, the choice is yours to learn. If you want to learn, I will see it. If you don't want to learn, I will also see it. And don't forget again, go and pick up your papers. Now, the last time we were discussing performance management. We talked about the performance management, performance appraisal, and all of that. I gave you a little gist of it, and then I threw out to you an exercise to go and research on the various performance management method. There are different ways it is carried out. And I gave each student a particular way or a particular method to go and research and do a short presentation on in class, extemporaneously, we're all reading. And interestingly, some people were giving cross eye, I just cancel you. And you guys only in the corner that you looking into and all of that. What does it take to practice that little thing you took from ChatGPT, memorize it a little bit, and present it so that you can get some understanding of it? You say, no, you copy it from ChatGPT, you can't read it out to me. That does not happen in my class. You must learn. If you don't want to learn, then you're in the wrong class. So very briefly, I want us to look at compensation. That's the next topic, compensation. Compensation comes from the root word compensate. Oh, the guy is supposed to compensate her because she lay off with him. No, that's the wrong understanding of compensation there. In the business world, in human resource, because human resource management, compensation and benefit happen to be one of the functions of human resource management. So let's look at compensation briefly. What is compensation? According to our notes and according to my research, it's an overall reward. Reward is something you get for doing something, right? It's a reward that employees get from the employer for work that he or she has done. So if you don't do any work, you say you are employed and you don't do any work, you cannot be getting a reward. You cannot get a pay. You cannot get something in exchange for it. And why do we have compensation in the first place? What's the purpose of compensation in human resource management? Or what's the purpose of compensation in businesses and entities? One, it can help to attract qualified employees because when people get to know that there's good compensation to a particular firm or company, they prepare themselves, they make themselves qualified, and they go running there. Now, one of the purposes of compensation. The second one is what? They can motivate people to perform. If you get paid well, you get compensated well, it's most likely that your performance is going to be improved, it's going to be better. Another purpose is also to retain talent. Retain means to keep. You have your qualified people, you don't want another company to take them away. So if you compensate them well, you'll be able to keep them. Right now, my daughter start a new job today because of previous boss could not retain her. Another boss offer her, let's assume that she was making $100, and the next boss offer her $200, like 100%, almost 100% increment plus scratch card, insurance, and some other things. The period boss was only giving some money. There was no scratch card, no transportation, no insurance, nothing. And so good compensation or compensation is intended to also retain RETAR and to keep employees. What it also does is that it can promote fairness in the organization. Everybody at the same level, the same qualification, in the same position must get paid the money that is due them. So those are the purposes for which compensation exists. Now we can go further. According to our handle, there are two types of compensation. You have the direct compensation. We all know direct means straightforward. And we have the indirect compensation. Under the direct compensation, you have several types. You have about three different types of direct compensation. The first one is called salary. I believe everybody has heard it. Princess Bronski, I know you've heard it. The other one is called wages. And the third one is called bonuses. Those are the three types of direct compensation. Let's look at them one by one. What is direct compensation? I mean, what is salary? Salary is a regular money that you get paid mostly at the end of the month. Every month you work, when the month ends, they give you that money. It's called salary. There are certain category of people who fall in that category, like professional people, you know, managers, administrators, etc. In not just any kind of petty kind of worker can get salary. Okay, people in certain category get salary, and it comes usually at the end of the month. Say for example, maybe an AME instructor, a full-time instructor, maybe gets a salary of $800 per month, regardless of how many hours he teach. Even if school is closed, you still get a salary. School is open, you get a salary. That's why you call salary. Okay, that's the first type of direct compensation. The second type of direct compensation is what they call wages, WAGES. Wages is a particular kind of payment that an employee receives as a result of the work they do or the number of hours they work for. Yeah. So if you work and you get paid per hour, what you're receiving is not salary. I get it today. Some people have been taking it to be salary. They're not salary. They call it wages. You get paid for the hours you work for or the kind of work you produce. You say you're making chair. You say, okay, every chair costs $5. If you want plenty of money, what you do? You make plenty chairs, wages. If you want less money or you make less chairs, you get less paid. So if you make 5 chairs, you get $25. You make 10 chairs, you get $50. That's wages. On an hourly basis, maybe you can sign up for $5 an hour. And so if you work for 8 hours, how much you will get paid? $40 for that day. You call that wages. It does not wait until the month ends like salary. And then what kind of people you can find on those circumstances? You got like the manual labor, you got daily hire, you got part-time or me, and they pay me for the session I teach only. If I teach one session, I get paid for one session. If I teach 2 sessions, I get paid for 2 sessions. In my case, I get paid for 2 sessions because I teach 2 sessions. That's my wages, not salary. Now, um, um, the third kind of direct compensation is what we call bonuses. I believe all of you have heard the word bonus. If anybody in this class has not heard the word bonus, then you don't belong in this class. But what is bonus? Bonus is actually that extra pay that an employee gets either for very good performance or maybe if there's an achievement that happened at the company, or maybe the company has more profit after the fiscal period ended. All right, that's what bonuses are. All right, a person could get paid for performance. You perform very well. You work so good. Your output is great. And because of that, the company decided to give him a man $200. Yes, you got a performance bonus. You got holiday bonus. Maybe you even got profit sharing bonus. Also, the performance bonus fall under the performance step. Depending on how well you work, you could get paid. Achievement bonus also fall on bonuses. They have the holiday bonus. Holiday bonus is like you taking a holiday off and you get paid for it. You didn't work for it. That bonus. Another type could be what they call profit sharing that we talked about earlier. The company were able to generate sufficient money, and then so at the end of the day, they say, well, let all of our employees get some profit sharing, or let all of our employees benefit from the profit. The last time there was this insurance company that came to celebrate the anniversary to my office, I mean to my church. They said the profit was so good that particular year, last year. And so they came to share some of the profit with us for all our employees. And they gave us 2,000 years. We said, well, thank God we took it. All right. But that's profit sharing. It also happens with the employees. So that is what bonus is all about. So the three types of direct compensation that come directly to you. One is salary, that comes mostly at the end of the month. Two, wages, what you get based on the work you do, and what performance, where you are singled up because you did very well. Boom, they give you something extra in addition to the salary. Now let's look at the indirect compensation. We just finished talking about the direct compensation. The indirect compensation. Under the indirect compensation, we have health benefits and we have retirement plans. They are indirect because it does not come directly to you, but at the same time, you benefit from it. You receive something on behalf of it. You receive certain services because of it. That what makes it indirect. Okay, if you look at the health, they say that if I what is the indirect compensation is called non-cash benefit that comes to employees that is in addition to your salary. Benefits that are not money, but it come to you in addition to your salary, which is the money. So let's look at it. The health benefit, you have medical insurance. What is medical insurance? Medical insurance is a situation where every month a small amount is cut from your salary, but at the end of the day, you are entitled to free medical treatment that can be more than the money that was taken from you. That's medical insurance. Okay? And it's indirect because while you're not receiving money for it, but rather you are getting a reward because you work with the entity. The other one is called access to healthcare services. You have access to healthcare services. Maybe on the grounds of your company, there's a little clinic. That is not insurance. But as you work, you cut your finger, you can go there and get free treatment. You get wounded, you get treatment. Quick service, malaria, internet, you go and get those are access to healthcare services on the premises of the company in which you work. And so that is the access to healthcare. And then an example of this whole healthcare service could be like maybe you go to JFK, you take treatment. Who pays for it? The company. Indirect benefit. Indirect compensation rather. The second type of indirect compensation is what they call retirement plan. Retirement plan. Everybody will retire one day, except you won't be the, you know, Rachel there who will say they don't expect to get old. But I know I will get old. I'm already getting old at my age. I know I can feel it. And so retirement plan, what actually it is a financial plan that provides some kind of income for you after you stop working your life. What does that mean is when you are working, you be making small payment to people like Social Security or so, or to the company. And what happens is while you are making that payment, the day you retire, your name is transferred on that particular payroll, and for the rest of your life, you'll get some money. It will not be equal to what you got when you were working, but it will be something that will be able to buy you soap and tissue for that retirement plan. Many entities do not have retirement plan, and because of that, the people who keep working, they're getting old, they're scared to leave from there because they believe that if they leave from there, they will die. They will not have any money. But as long as there is this retirement plan in place, okay, you'll be able to benefit. Now, there are other kinds of benefits that can come about, like that are also indirect, like maybe a paid leave or vacation. You take 1 month leave and go on vacation, but you get paid for it. That's indirect. Maybe you get a housing allowance. Okay, they allow you something to be able to get a house or pay a rent. Some people get transportation allowance. In Liberia, many government entities that deal with gas slave or sometimes they give you car depending on the position you hold. That's all kinds of indirect benefits. Maybe you can get some training, some development. That part of compensation. Something that you never knew. You learn it on the job. It teaches you on the job. The next job you go to, that particular knowledge is for you. You carry it with you. They are compensating you indirectly. Communication is also another form of indirect compensation. In Liberia, we have plenty entities that provide communication, the scratch card or so, that allow employees to be able to call, during the time of the month or so. So those are the two things: the direct compensation and the indirect compensation. Now, listen very keenly. I'm going to give you an assignment. This assignment, I will read all the questions to you. Listen to it keenly and answer it based on what I just explained. And this assignment is due class day on Wednesday. This constitutes our class for Wednesday. You will prepare this presentation and put it on the platform on Wednesday. Listen to the question very keenly. I will take my time. If you don't understand it, you can always rewind to get it clearly. Now I go. A small business in Monrovia employed 10 workers. The owner pays very low wages. The wages he pays is very low. And at the same time, he does not provide health benefits or he does not provide bonuses to the employees. Because of that, the employees begin to leave. People resigning, going to look for a better job. 3 questions for you. One, what is wrong with the compensation system at this particular little business? Explain what you think is wrong with that compensation system there. 2, which type of compensation is is working at that business? Which type of compensation do you think that business is using? Hmm? And number 3, explain to me how you think that the employee can improve. No. Explain to me how you think the employer can improve the employee retention. When I say retention, I talk about retaining, right? What do you think the employer can do? Looking at a whole compensation system to keep the employees and stop them from resigning and leaving. That's a third one. I'll repeat the questions again. Number 1, the compensation system there, what do you think wrong with it? Number 2, which type of compensation you think that they're using there at that particular business? And number 3, what do you think that employer can do to be able to keep his or her employees? What kind of compensation arrangement that can be put in place that will cause those employees to be retained and to be kept? Do a short video as usual, send it on YouTube and post it on the page on Wednesday class time. Thank you very much and have a great day.